Yo, Antonio DeAndre here. Um, hey, listen, in this video, I want to talk with you guys about certain conversations and being in the know. What I mean by that is there's not every conversation that you have to be in to know everything. You could just hear things, whether you could be at a restaurant, you could hear from the next table, or whether you're around family members and you are grouped up in different groups. You could hear one conversation from one group. You could be in a conversation in another group. But here's the thing. You don't have to be in every conversation, and you don't have to know everything that's going on. Sometimes when you know things that's going on, or let's say you're in a conversation, you're talking about this, you're talking about that. Everybody in the conversation is talking about something, maybe a person or a particular situation, anything like that. You don't have to be in that conversation. You can maybe be listening. You don't have to comment about everything or what have you. And the reason why I say this is because sometimes when you end certain conversations, especially the ones that really don't have nothing to do with you, or the conversation is not about you, you end up into that situation. Some things get said, and maybe you might say something. It get mixed up when it comes out to the person that you were talking about or the situation that you were talking about. And when other people get involved, and when the conversation comes back up, now you're involved, and they said that you said this, you said that. You might not have said anything. It could have been somebody else said it, but they mix you up and put you in it and say that you said it. So that's why I say that's why you don't have to be in every conversation, and you don't have to say everything that's being said. You might think things in your mind, and your mind is just going. Your mind is like, oh, I need to chime in on this. I need to chime in on that. No, you don't. You don't have to. Again, you don't want to be a part of the gossip, and especially you become a part of it, and you become the one that's what they would say, the evil person that said this and said that, and maybe you weren't the one that said it. There's two different things. You got gossip and you got gospel. Gossip is like a negative thing. You're talking about somebody behind their back, or you're talking about something that's negative, talking about a situation, a person, whoever, whatever. That's gossip. Gospel is good news. Most people associate gospel with Christians, or with the church, or not just only with Christian, but just religious reasons or purpose specifically. Gospel is a good thing. That's good news. And there's a difference between gossip and gospel. Gossip, you don't want to be in every conversation. There's some things you don't need to know. You don't want to know. You don't want to be a part of. Again, people start talking, and you get to a point, you hear something, you don't like something, or this conversation is not for you. It's okay to walk away. Walk away from that conversation. I remember I used to have this one job, and either before the shift starts, people would gather around and talk. They would be in groups, and I used to be a part of the group that used to gather around and talk. And most of the things that they talk about is what's going on with the company, or who did this and who did that, or people personal lives. And I used to be a part of those conversations, used to have something to say, wanted to know this, like somebody said something, and if I didn't hear it correctly, I wanted to know, run that back to me again. What happened? Now, especially now that I'm older, I look at it as I don't have to be a part of that conversation. Nah, because it's just gossip. If I hear something, I hear it. If I don't hear it, oh well. If I'm walking past and the crowd is talking, as long as I don't hear my name and they're not talking about me, then okay, cool. Whatever you're talking about, that's just what it is. It doesn't have anything to do with me, and I don't have to know about it. And I used to be in those conversations, used to try to figure out what's going on. Every conversation, couldn't wait to get to work to find out what they're going to talk about today, what happened over the weekend, if it's a Monday, anything like that. Nah, now, because I used to get mixed up in different conversations, different situations that had nothing to do with me. And now the next person is mad at me because of what was said. And a lot of those times I didn't say anything, but just because I was part of the conversation, they're mad at me too. And whether I care or not, if a person is mad at me or not, the bottom line is I had nothing to do with it. I had no business being in that conversation. So if you're going to be in any conversation, be in the type of conversation that's going to move you forward in life. Be in those type of conversations that's going to give you some type of success or some idea or some advice on moving forward or how to do something in life. When you start gossiping, those are the type of things that holds you back. Yeah, you might learn something from the gossip, but you don't have to be a part of it all the time. Be a part of conversations that's going to go somewhere. You know, when you sitting in the conversation, you're having this conversation with anybody, with the group, with the crowd, whatever, you have to think to yourself, where is this going? Is it going to move me? Is it doing anything for me? And you have to ask yourself these questions. Ask them in your head. And if it's not moving you, step away from the conversation. Excuse yourself from the conversation. If it is moving you, then keep that conversation going and keep learning more, keep getting ideas. And once you know what's going on with the conversation that's moving you forward in life and you learn a lot, you can revisit those conversations with the same people, with the same person, and learn more. It can be like a mentorship. It can be a teacher, somebody that's, a preacher, pastor, whoever, somebody that's going to move you forward, your parents. And it's not always like that, but that's what you should be looking for. Something that's going to move you forward in life. And the videos that I try to make those videos, these type of videos to help people move forward, to help people see a different outlook in life, not sitting up just gossiping about things, but I try to bring a gospel, some good news, and try to help people move forward, give that type of information that you could take from my videos and not use it as gossip. If you're going to use it as gossip, use it as good gossip. If you want to talk to somebody else about my video, like, well, Antonio said this, Antonio said that, which is a good thing, hopefully. And you don't mix up what I'm saying and turn it into something bad. So, again, you don't have to be in the know of everything. You don't have to be in those conversations, especially the ones that are not moving you forward. You want to be in conversations that's going to move you forward, that's going to give you some clarity in life, that's going to move you towards success in life, that you could feel proud, you could be proud about who you are based on the conversation you have from somebody that you learned from somebody. All right. So this concludes my video. I just wanted to share some light on that, about being in the know, about being in the know of bad no, KNOW no. You don't want to be in those bad no's. So learn something, teach something. All right. Outside of that, Have a great day and be in good conversations. Move forward. Okay? Love you. Peace. Yes.